Hey everybody, old T-Roy here. Let's see what we got happening over here. I gotta bear with me. I'm getting there. Alright, now y'all should be able to see me. How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to T-Roy Cooks. Welcome to Tuesday live chat with T-Roy. Hope everybody's having a great day, great week, and hope y'all have a safe and happy 4th of July, Independence Day. Again, thanks to all the veterans, EMS, police, everybody out there that is going to keep all of us safe out there. Y'all be safe out there, really. Seriously, especially the fireworks, man. I don't really have a plan tonight. I just thought I'd answer some of y'all's questions. In fact, I got to turn on my iPad just beneath the camera here so that I can actually read y'all's chats and see the questions coming in. So let's see if I got anything happening here. And also have as a guest, I've got my brother Justin, Baby Back Maniac. Justin, let me switch over to some side by side, and we'll see if we can get something going here. Got side by side here, a little action happening.
Can you see me? Can you see me?
I see you. I don't know if everybody else can see you. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'm not seeing the new stream coming up here.
I see me.
You do? You see you?
Yeah,
Oh.
how you doing, buddy?
All right. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Hey, Justin, would you mind watching the chat, man? I made you a moderator, and if you don't mind, keep track of some of the questions if I miss them, and also if somebody does some vulgar stuff, because we got some of that, you know, since I'm so big,
Yep.
just nip them in the bud, man.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
So what does everybody think about the look here? I mean, I'm still tweaking it. And I got to thank Justin for helping me with this, and also the professor. Professor, thank you very much for helping me as well. The two of you guys really helped a lot trying to help me figure out what I needed to do to get this looking the way I wanted it to. I want to get the side by side. So, Baby Back Maniac, Justin.
What's up, my friend?
Hey, man. Hopefully people can hear you. I'm not sure if they can or not, but I can try to. Yeah, you're up all the way on my end.
Yeah, Greg's about to go vulgar, he just said, so we may have to moderate him quite a bit. Hey, before we even get started, you don't know I'm going to do this, but congratulations on hitting 100,000 subscribers, silver play button. Dude, I know how much you're into the numbers. I thought I'd just let you know that happened.
I'm not really I'm not into the numbers, man.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Justin. Thank you very much. And I actually didn't know. Well, Karen told me about it about the same time Justin did. So I got people watching my numbers for me. I appreciate
you. No problem. No problem. How's the audio sound, guys?
Yeah,
I think somebody said one of us is louder than the other. I'm not sure which is which, but
I'm thinking that you're not as loud because you're in a remote location where we can't tell people where you are. So I can turn you up a little bit and see if that'll help. Okay, I turned you up a little bit, Justin.
No worries, no worries. It's your channel, man. You're supposed to be the man of the hour right now.
I'll tell you what, y'all. It's 100 degrees out here or better. Cheers. Thanks for joining us.
It's hot here too. You want me to start off with some questions? Or you got some stuff you want to roll into here?
Well, you know, I just want to tell people I'm not going to jump in the pool on camera tonight, but Justin contacted me about 15 minutes ago and was like, "Hey, man, you about ready?" And I was like, "Yeah. Give me 5 minutes, though. I got to jump in the pool." So,
I was almost certain you're going to start this live stream with no shirt on, you know, dripping wet. I was like, well, that's starting off with a bang.
No, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen, man. Not going to happen. Yeah, you got some questions already, Justin?
Yeah, I got one from Dave Murphy. He wanted to know what we thought about that hot and fast Harry Soo method.
Actually, you know, I'm like James, man. And I am having a hard time hearing you myself, Justin. But,
are you?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's coming through. Y'all let us know what the volumes are, okay? But yeah, I'm like James, brother James over at Aim Claiming Smokers. If you had put both briskets side by side, whether it's hot and fast, low and slow, side by side with a blind taste, I honestly don't know that I could tell the difference. I mean, it was good. In fact, it's so good. I'm going to do that tomorrow for my 4th of July cook, doing brisket. Hot and fast, babe. On the Weber Smoky Mountain. No video, just having fun.
Are you going to do it just like we did it? 400 degrees, no water pan or anything like that?
Yes. I'm not going to hook the Guru up, but I'm going to put some lump charcoal in there and try to get that heat up. Because, you know, you only need the heat, you know, like close to 400 or so, 375, 400 for a couple hours or so until the bark sets. And then from that point, you can crank it down to 350, 375, I think is what I remember Harry saying.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You going to spill a paella in the middle there? Or
Nope. No, I'm not spilling no paella. And dude, seriously, I still have not looked at that footage that I shot on the rocket cam. I haven't. I've been too busy, man. I've been too busy, man.
That's so funny. Okay, so KP Senior wants to know, he says, good evening, Troy. Is there a particular charcoal you prefer?
I like Kingsford Blue, but also love B&B charcoal. I like the B&B brand, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I do too. You know what might help if when people post questions, if they could tag me on it, I could see it. And that'll make it easier if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, just put an ad and then Baby Back Maniac. And that'll highlight on his end. You won't be able to see the highlight, but he'll see it.
Yeah, it won't pop up, but yeah, I'll see it.
I'm seeing them streaming so fast, and honestly, my iPad, even though I got a big one, it's so far away, I really can't read stuff. I saw Brother James say no earlier, but I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah. Russ wanted to know what temperature what Harry cooked those briskets at. I think you mentioned it. 400 degrees. Yeah.
400 for a couple hours or until the bark sets. I think we actually went like 2.5 hours, maybe 3, before we took them off and wrapped them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a question. So. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead, man. I'm just having fun. I mean, this is my first live chat on my own channel. I've done it with Booger. I've done it with Brother James. Have I done any more? I think that's it. So this is my first time doing it here, and y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If I can improve on anything, please do let me know. I'll do my best to. I know the issues with the volume. It's going to be a little weird at first because I'm getting remote guests coming in, and it's kind of hard with them in different rooms. Like Justin, he's not in his house right now. He's remote, so it's kind of hard to get all the sound right in the room that he's in, and then for me to hear it on my end and put it out to the internet.
Right.
But I do have an audio mixing board here. I can adjust the volume. So if he's too loud, y'all let me know.
So Matt Covington wants to know if you're grilling anything special for the 4th of July.
Matt, I'm not doing anything special, just a brisket, but I am going to do it hot and fast on the Weber Smoky Mountain. I'm going to try to replicate what Harry Soo did with all of us up at Justin's house a couple of weeks ago now. So I'm going to try that, see if it'll work.
Okay. Okay. Audio video sounds good according to Suburban Barbecue.
James Meyer. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's cool. Oh, I got dogs out here too. That's Fifi.
They want to be on the live stream.
They do. Come here, Fifi. Come here, girl. Come here, babe. Come here, y'all. Come here. Come here. Oh, she's skittish. She don't want to be on. She's camera shy.
So Bill R asked, foil or no foil on ribs with the Big Green Egg? Well, he doesn't have a Big Green Egg, but he does have a Kamado Joe. So what do you think, buddy?
Well, you know what? Sure, it's gonna get hung up on that thing. I like bark, so that means I usually do not wrap. But I'll tell you what, I've been tasting Brother James's ribs lately, and he wraps, and he's got some mighty fine tasting ribs. So I think I may start delving into the wrapping on ribs at least. And I'm gonna wrap that brisket tomorrow since we're doing hot and fast.
Yeah.
So, hey, Justin.
Yes, sir.
What was your impression of Harry Soo? I mean, just man to man, honestly, here in front of how many people we have here? 184.
You know, it's funny. That's a lot of people, by the way. I thought he was as nice as he appears on television. He was a lot more energetic than I expected. Like, I think he alluded to the fact. We'll just say he said he wasn't a spring chicken, and right. I think he told me his previous career, he was an airline pilot in the 70s. So that tells you, he's getting up there.
I thought that was cool because I've always wanted to be an airline, not an airline pilot, but a pilot. I actually want to be a crop dusting pilot. Go crop dusting in those the double wing airplanes. I think that'd be fun.
Totally. I mean, I really enjoyed meeting him. I thought he was I loved his attitude about sharing barbecue love with the world, and he just has a really good sense of, you don't live forever, and if you're not going to live forever, you're measured by the mark that you leave while you're here, and he's choosing to leave his mark in the barbecue world by giving what he calls barbecue. He must have said it 3 times about the boomerang thing.
Right.
The barbecue love boomerang, which is you put it out there and it'll come back and hits you in the head bigger than what you threw out there. And I like that. And what did you think?
Well, I thought the same thing. In fact, that really hit home with me because I've always tried to explain to people, you can have a recipe in front of you and you can go line by line through the recipe and create the same dish. But unless you put some love into it, put your heart into it, make it your own, it's not going to be the best that you can be. You got to put your own heart into it, put your own love into it. Blow some kisses at the meal. Just make it your own. And that kind of hit home with me with what Harry was saying though, because in fact, I don't know I don't think you showed this on video, but Harry got me and James and Justin, I think it was, or maybe me and Harry. Hang on, there were 3 of us. We got together and we were holding this brisket up to our chest and was spreading the love from our hearts into this brisket before we put it on the smoker. That's the way Harry Soo thinks.
Yeah. I mean, I think he means it. I thought at first when he said that, I thought he was kidding. That was one of the things I actually cut out of my video. Well, I didn't cut it. I just didn't add it in. There was so much footage. That was the thing about Harry. So energetic. Harry was so energetic.
Dude, he was like a whirlwind. Tornado.
He was. It's you're just trying to keep up, man.
He was. I was laughing so hard at some point during the day, several points during the day, because he was like, let's go. And me and Justin are with our, $100 cameras or whatever set up, no, we got to set the exposure. We got to do this. We ain't ready yet. He was like, let's go. You ready? So we kind of threw him off a little bit because we weren't ready. He was ready to go, man.
Yeah, totally. So James Mayer has a question. He wants to know the difference between smoking the flat only and the whole packer brisket. As far as strategy, he's going to do the flat only for tomorrow.
That's really a good question. Karen asked me to cook a brisket tomorrow, and she actually said, "Why don't you just get half the brisket since it's just the 2 of us?" And I went to my local grocery H-E-B and was looking, and they had a bunch of flats, and they had 2 points, and neither one of them looked good. And then I was like, I'm going to break down and get a small full packer. So I got a almost 9-pound full packer. The reason is because you've got all that moisture from the point that can kind of leach into the flat a little bit, if you will. It's if you try to cook the flat by itself, you're going to wind up, especially even if you get a choice. If you get select, I wouldn't get it, but choice or greater, you're going to probably need to inject it and wrap it. And wrap it when the bark gets nice. You don't have to worry about a certain temperature internal for the meat. Just wrap it when the bark looks good, and then go from there. But when you wrap it, put some beef broth or something in there, some apple juice or something to try to keep it moist. In fact, Brother James, I saw you on earlier. Do you want to give us a call and give me a call on my cell, and maybe we can get you in on this as well? Maybe you have some opinions on this. And while you're doing that, Justin, what do you think about it? I would definitely inject and wrap.
Yeah, I think the key is going to be to get it out of the cooker as fast as possible. The longer it's in there, the more likely it is to dry out. And sometimes the benefit of having the point is it protects it from that. So I would get it wrapped up as soon as the bark is nice and firm, and then just get a good piece of meat to start with. Oh, I was going to say something earlier. I was reading on some of the barbecue forums, and I think Snake River Farms is actually doing in select Costco's, they're doing a special on Wagyu brisket. I never say that word right, so
really?
Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's $4.99 a pound if you can find it. And so if you're in the Dallas area, the store at South Lake had it. A friend of mine went by there and picked one up and sent me a picture. So it's really there. You'll have to call your Costco to see, if yours has it. But that's a really good opportunity to get into a Snake River Farms brisket for $5 a pound. I remember paying that much I paid that much for a choice a couple times, So
yeah, I was gonna say prime. A lot of times I pay like $9.99 a pound.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Booger 500 US. I go check her out. She's the air fryer queen.
Hi, Booger.
Thanks for joining us, Booger. And I saw Christy earlier. Shout out to Christy's cooking channel. Y'all go check her out.
All right. So Mr. T wants to know he wants to know if you've ever cooked raccoon, and then later he said any exotic animal meat, snake, alligator, anything like that.
Not coon. But I grew up in Louisiana, so I know some
That's
friends.
That's why he asked, I'm sure.
Know some friends. We used to go catch squirrel, stuff like that. Not coon though, man. Not nutri-rat either. But on my channel, I've actually cooked. I think I cooked ostrich and alpaca. I've done frog legs. Frog legs are jamming. I like them better than chicken legs.
Do you really?
Yeah. I have had like some rattlesnake and stuff, but I haven't cooked it on my channel. So I found an exotic meat market out of California that can ship to me, and sometimes I'll buy some meat from them occasionally. I mean, you gotta have a taste for that kind of stuff, though, unless you grew up with it.
Yeah, you made Booger blush.
I did. Oh man, James, I'm sorry, dude. I got my phone on vibrate, man. Call me back, bro. Call me back.
We're professional, right?
In fact, well, I put it on, I was afraid my mama may call me, actually, so I put it on vibrate.
Okay,
we got James coming in. We got James. Hang on, let me put James on speakerphone. Hey, James, you're going to have to turn your YouTube chat down, man.
Yeah, it's off now.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to turn you on, put you on speaker, and everybody, welcome James to the club. Brother James, I got Brother Justin, Brother James in the house.
Hey, James.
What's up, Justin? What's up, brother?
Appreciate you joining us, James.
No problem, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, so we were talking about the brisket flat, man. What would be your opinion on just the brisket flat for cooking it for 4th of July?
I would not do just brisket flat, personally.
Yeah.
It's part of it is that it's a personal preference. I like the point. Even if I go to a barbecue restaurant, I'm always ordering from the point. And the other thing is that it's going to be a lot more drier because there's less fat in the flat. So for me, I just prefer to stay away from the flat and just go with the whole or go with the point if I'm doing just half.
Yeah, even the prime flat is a little bit dry. I mean, you can do things to keep it moist, but if you're getting selected choice, I wouldn't go with the flat unless you're gonna, like I said, inject it and wrap it. But
if I was just doing a flat, I would definitely inject it.
That'd be the only way to keep it moist.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? Like, what if somebody's already bought it? I agree with you. I wouldn't do it. I haven't done it in years for that very reason. But if somebody already bought it, what do you think, James?
If somebody already bought it,
yeah.
I would do it. You just have to baby it more. Yeah. Even if you don't inject, make sure you're spritzing more often than you would a whole brisket or just the point, because it is so dry.
Right.
It can tend to be drier. So you definitely have to baby it more.
Since I have both of you guys on here, I was going to ask both of you the dreaded question: fat cap up or down? Justin, what's your take, Justin?
Which cooker?
Exactly. Exactly. So, James, your opinion?
Which cooker?
Yeah, my personal opinion is if you've got the heat source directly beneath the meat, whether it be an offset and you've got direct heat coming from the way the offset's set up, right under the brisket, I'm putting fat cap down. If I'm cooking like on my Weber Smoky Mountain, A lot of times I'll do fat cap up because that heat is coming around the water pan, coming to the lid and coming back down on top of the brisket. So I'll go fat cap up on that side, you know, but it depends on where the heat's coming from.
Yeah, I always cook on my Weber Smoky Mountain. I'm always cooking my briskets on the top rack, fat cap up, and on the bottom rack, fat cap down every time.
Yeah, me too.
Makes sense. I always point the fat cap towards the heat. That's my approach. Hey, your brother just showed up. Say hi to Moonshine.
Moonshine, where you at, Sean? How you doing, bro? Cheers to you. Moonshine's in the
What's up,
house.
Moonshine?
What's Moonshine saying?
Oh, he just said he's enjoying the chat.
Ah, cool. Well, I see we got Professor in here too. How you doing, Professor? Thanks for joining us, man. William Logan's in here. I need a vacation back to Texas. Come on down, William. Come on down, buddy. We'll let you go swimming in the pool.
Are you gonna? Shane Parrish wants to know if you're gonna do any fireworks for the 4th.
Nah, I don't do. I'll watch them. I'm not doing any. I can't do them in the city of Austin, man. You got to get out in the country. My city of Austin will come down on me like a fly. they don't like
We
that.
can't come here either.
Yeah.
Which is fine by me because my dog is terrified of them things.
Oh, mine too. And it's usually so dry here that they don't let you do it simply because of how dry it is. And we don't get a lot of rain this time of year. We get a lot during the spring usually, and during the fall, but not right now.
Yeah.
It's so dry that a buddy of mine was telling me at a cook-off last weekend.
Cheers. I'm sorry, James. What were you saying? A buddy of yours?
I said, yeah, it's so dry here that at a cook-off last weekend, the guy that cooks me, Greg, he was telling me that the guy cooking next to him, his pits got so hot that they actually started a fire, and it took about 20 other cooks with fire extinguishers to put it out. It was that big.
Dang, man. Yeah, that definitely is something you need to be concerned about. If you've got a dry, grassy area that you're putting your cookers on, watch the embers. In fact, I forgot to mention this in my video I did with that barbecue dragon chimney of insanity, folks. If you're hooking the fan up to it, make sure those flying embers coming out of there from that fan blowing up through there, make sure those embers aren't going to hit anything, catch it on fire. I really meant to put that on video and I forgot. It's dangerous, man. Dangerous. Same thing when you're dry humidity, grass dried up and everything, and you're better off doing it on some stone or concrete or rock or on some sand at the beach, right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Junior Castro wants to know if you've ever tried Santa Maria style grilling.
Me?
Yeah, he's talking to all of us.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, I haven't.
No, I haven't. But if they want to send one, I'll do some videos.
Yeah,
sounds like a deal.
Junior, I think you can do a lot of business here in Texas, man, for sure.
Yeah, that whole Santa Maria thing's moving across the country.
Yeah, in fact, Junior, Gabby's Grills is Junior's company, man. He makes the Santa Maria grill attachment for the
That thing is awesome.
It is, man, and the kettle. So, Junior, just a couple of days ago, I shot a video. I don't know if I'm gonna put it up yet. I gotta look at it, but if it's good enough, I'll put it up. But I shot a video on your Santa Maria grill doing a tomahawk steak. So we'll see if that's gonna make the cut or not to put up for all you fine folks out there. And man, thank you very much, Justin, for mentioning I had 100,000 subs, and I appreciate all the love and support I get from all my fans out there. And thanks so many of y'all who are joining me tonight. Even though I hear there's some kind of other barbecue show channel thing on this same time. I don't know, some podcast thing going on. I've never heard of them. But I appreciate all you joining me. If you're watching this later on, y'all leave some comments down there. Let me know what y'all think about it too.
Mm-hmm. You got quite a bit of love on that. Like, people are really excited for you.
I've been testing it. Yeah, I've been testing it for quite a while, folks. A couple of months, 2 or 3 months at least. Took me a while to build up the equipment that I wanted to get, and I pretty much got what I need. So I figured it's time just to let's let it rip.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so here's a question from Keith for you guys. Hey, do you prefer Texas style brisket with just salt and pepper, or do you prefer other rubs? I bet you guys have different answers because you have different styles of cooking for different purposes.
I'll go ahead and answer first while Troy's getting a refill.
Yeah. Oh, Justin, look,
The badge, baby,
I-
the badge.
Badger beer.
I will say that I prefer more than just salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Badger beer.
It's good, James. Come get you one, man.
I think salt and pepper is it works, but I like more flavor. I like some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, some cayenne. I mean, I just like all that other stuff. So for me, just a plain salt and pepper, it's not bad. But if I had to choose between that and like a commercial rub or something with more in it, I would go with the other rub, personally.
What about you, Troy? Did you hear the question?
I think I did from listening to what James' reply was. I'm actually a fan of salt and pepper. I like more pepper, like maybe 60% pepper and 40% salt. And I like to put a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of cayenne in there, just a touch. And that's a nice simple rub for brisket. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that's what we're
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about.
Yeah, I use that a lot, but I do use some commercial brand products that for the Oak Ridge barbecues, the Texas barbecue rubs, Cosmos Q's got some good stuff. I haven't tried Meat Church and I haven't tried Malcolm Reed's rubs, but there's a lot of good stuff out there, and I'm kind of like James too, man. These guys have done a lot of R&D. They got a good product out there, but when you don't have all that stuff in your pantry, salt and pepper works, man. It really does.
It does. I'm not totally against it, but if I had a choice,
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely works. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I think actually you're the one that got me into doing salt and pepper with cayenne, a little bit of cayenne. We made up a bottle of it one time when you were at my house, and I really liked it more than I thought because I started out using rubs or my homemade rub, and then salt and pepper just didn't seem like enough, but it was really good.
I actually got that idea of putting cayenne in there from Russ Jones over at Smoky Ribs, man.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah. He was always talking about putting cayenne in his rubs, and I'm like, dude, I got to try that out. It's good stuff. It's weird when you cook. I guess it's kind of like the cayenne pepper. Whenever it heats up, it gets soluble and disperses the heat or something, and you don't get that intense heat. Like if you took a teaspoon of it and put it on your tongue, it's not the same.
Yep.
It's
Makes
good.
sense.
Real good.
You ready for another question?
Hit me.
All right. This is good. Now we got 3 people have time to look at the chat. The chat is scrolling by so fast.
I
guys are
appreciate
awesome.
you joining us,
Come-
James.
doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Did he say Justin? I thought he said Justin.
No, I said doesn't it? It goes by so
Oh, yeah,
fast.
doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Sid79. When is the best time to wrap ribs when smoking on an offset?
This is one James can answer. He's got the best ribs out there, man.
Yeah, I would answer it, but I'm embarrassed because
I know,
these
right?
ribs are so daggum good.
What you got, James?
It's like taking Michael Jordan and saying, "Hey, let me show you how to shoot a basketball."
I know, right?
So here would be my answer. There isn't a set time. A lot, and we've been texting back and forth the last couple of days about this. There isn't a set time on when to wrap. I think the whole 3-2-1 method that is out there has really kind of messed people up. I'm going to tell you that the best time to wrap ribs is when the bark is set. It might be at 2 hours. It might be at 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes. It just depends on when that bark is set. If that bark isn't set and you go to wrap, you run the risk of steaming the bark off. So there isn't a set time. You don't. Sometimes people will wait 3 hours because of the 3-2-1 method to wrap, and then the ribs end up coming out too dry. The three, and I'm actually going to do a video on this. But I'll touch on it a little bit here. The 3-2-1 method was actually created for an entire rack of spare ribs because they're bigger.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's never worked for me either.
Yeah, so if you're doing like baby back ribs or St. Louis style ribs, and you're trying to follow the 3-2-1 method, it's really going to mess you up. So when you wrap, just depends on when that bark is set. When you like the color, and if you can take your finger and just kind of scrape the bark a little bit, or touch the ribs, and see how much rub when you pull your hand away is stuck to your hand. If there isn't very much rub, that means the bark is set. If there's a lot of rub on your hand, it still hasn't set. That determines on when you wrap, not a time, not a temperature. And a lot of people get wrapped up in that.
They do.
And end up coming out with ribs that are too dry.
Yeah.
They do.
That makes sense.
I get people all the time asking me, about temperature and stuff, and I'm like, look and see what the meat looks like.
Yes.
And how does the meat feel? You can't just go by temperature. You can't just say, I'm going to pull a brisket at 200 degrees, because it may be ready, it may be overcooked, it may not be done at all.
Yeah.
Depends on the brisket.
Totally makes sense.
Yes,
Totally makes
I
sense.
definitely plan on doing a video on that. I might be able to get to it this weekend. If not, it'll be next weekend. But it's going to kind of touch on that, because I've actually had a lot of questions on that, from some of you guys and from some of my subscribers as well. So.
And from my wife.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just want to mention this real quick. Hobo Nickel had a thing going live on Thursday nights, which is why I didn't really want to go Thursday nights, even though I've been doing Thursday chat for a couple of years or so now. So I didn't want to take his slot, and now he's doing some work. He can't do the Thursday chat, so he's turned it over to CJ, CJ's cooking channel or something like that. I forget, CJ, what your channel is. But I do watch
Cooking
it.
with CJ.
Cooking with CJ. Thanks, man. Thanks. So y'all go check out Cooking with CJ. And Chris, I saw your comment earlier on the chat, and I appreciate it, man. We'll get to it. Time will make everything work out a whole lot better. I know I'm rough right now, and I'm so glad I've got Justin and James here to help me out this first night. And we'll get better. It'll be a lot smoother. I'll get some things adjusted. We'll get the audio going and everything the way it should be. So appreciate y'all sticking with us. And Chris and CJ, cheers to you, man.
All right. The
Next
question. This is from Oscar.
Did you just do that too, Justin?
What,
Oh, man.
do this? Oh, really?
Hey, man. Hey, man. We're linked up. We're linked
Synchronized
up.
brains.
You guys are like Dan DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, twins.
Like Hans and Franz.
How did y'all decide who's who?
Oh, man.
This is funny. That's so funny. I'm still doing it. Okay. This is the question from Oscar. Do you have trouble keeping temperature down when it's 100 degrees in Austin?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wound up on the Weber Smoky Mountain especially having to close down a lot of times 2 of the vents and just leave the third one open maybe a quarter, maybe a half, to try to keep it down to 225 to 250. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It's rough.
We looked at remember last weekend we looked at before we even lit the cooker, it was like at 140 degrees in there.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy.
It was. It was just sitting in the sun.
Black smoker just sitting there absorbing heat and not letting it out.
I know.
It got hotter and hotter and hotter.
I heard you saying something, James. What were you going to say?
Oh, sorry.
I said I agree.
Oh,
When the temp is that hot, it makes. I mean, if in Austin or even in Texas, Central Texas,
Cheers,
where
Chris.
we're at, when that temp is up there, I can look outside of my Weber Smoky Mountain and it's reading almost 200 degrees, and the thing isn't even lit.
Yeah.
I'm not even using it. So the heat definitely can affect the temp of your pit.
Dude, I know a lot of people like red cars and black cars and trucks and stuff. I own a white vehicle simply because it stays cooler in the summertime here in Texas.
Yeah.
No
I
offense,
should've
Justin.
done that. I should have done that, but the black looks so nice.
Yeah,
when it's
just
clean.
black truck.
Okay,
Justin's a wild hog fan.
so are you. So are you now. You have to be. He's got family that plays on the Razorbacks.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So funny.
I got family playing offense on the Razorbacks.
We need that.
Football. I'll be watching with you.
Cody Pritchard has a question.
What's it got, Cody?
When are you boys going to fly out to San Diego and meet with Ballistic Barbecue and make the most epic barbecue video ever?
Hey, that's as soon as possible.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, we have. Been trying to line it up.
Yeah.
It's just
Greg's
hard,
a
you
good
know,
dude.
with all of us working full time, you know, it's really rough trying to get everybody synced up and, you know.
Yeah, I don't fly, but I might fly out there for that one.
I'll put a blindfold on you, James.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the Mr. T of YouTube.
That's what I was going to say. We're going to have to trick him and, like, drug him and then carry him on the plane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hang some big gold chains. Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. I love it when a plane comes together.
Hopefully we can do that soon, though.
Too funny. Any tips from Jamie Lum? Any tips on burnt
Lum.
ends on an offset?
Any tips on an offset?
Did you hear me say loud? Because I said Jamie Lum.
No, I saw Lyle, brother. Lyle,
okay.
No Heavy Barbecues in the chat, and I just saw
Okay,
him
gotcha.
scrolling through.
Hey,
So I
Lyle.
just what you got? What's the question?
Sorry about that. Okay, Jamie Lum asked the question, any tips on burnt ends on an offset?
I've never made burn ends. I hate
You
to
made
say
them in
it.
my house.
I
You made
haven't.
them in my house.
You made them. I didn't.
Well, you were standing there.
I helped. I helped. I need to do some burn ends, man.
I think this is a good question for James, though.
I would say whether it's a offset or a Weber Kettle, Weber Smoky Mountain, Traeger, whatever you're using, I think you treat it the same. You don't treat burn ends or really any other meat different depending on what you're cooking on. I mean, the main thing is the temperature. So whether you're cooking on an offset, a Traeger, a Weber Kettle, a Weber Smoky Mountain, you want to focus on the temp. And and there there isn't anything different than you would do on an offset compared to any other grill. So keep the temp where you want it, you know, depending on whether you're cooking at 250, 275, 300, whatever your desired temp is, and just treat it like the rest of the brisket. You know what I mean? Cook it till the bark is set, wrap it with some liquid until it's tender. So there isn't anything different that you would do to burn ends on an offset compared to any other cooker. You just treat it the same as you would any other piece of meat.
And I would think that you would do the same with whether it be beef or pork, right?
On the burn ends?
Yeah, burn ends, whether it be beef or pork, it's still about the same.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do some pork belly burn ends tomorrow for a burger or for a sandwich.
You heard it here first.
And so I'm going to treat it the same way, like I would any other meat. I'm going to cook it till the bark is set, and then wrap it until they're tender, just like I would if it was brisket burn ends.
Cool. I just want to give a shout out real quick. I don't know if Keith Bettag's on here, but his sister Karen is, and burn ends and some macaroni and cheese do sound fantastic. Appreciate you joining us, Karen.
That does sound good.
I know, man. It does, doesn't it?
For real.
Man, I tell you what, James, why don't you come over here and cook those pork belly burn ends tomorrow over here?
You know, Brother Troy, I would. The only problem is, with the 4th of July.
I know.
Our dog is deathly afraid of fireworks.
Yeah.
And to the point where we have to medicate him, and I don't want to put that responsibility on my wife all day because I know how bad he can get. I know how much work it is. So I would hate to put that responsibility on her and then leave out of here.
Yeah, and you pay for it later.
Yeah.
That's a lab, right? You have a Labrador?
A golden retriever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a lab that hated fireworks too. I mean, she would jump in your lap and just shake, and it was really scary. It was sad, because it was scared her so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like no fireworks, man.
Yeah.
Mine mine has tore apart the flooring in my bathroom, my wood pellets, my wood chunks. I mean, it's crazy.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts.
Right, Rose.
Oh, go ahead, Troy. Sorry.
My dogs come running out here barking. They after something. I apologize for any dog barking out here. We laugh. I usually edit that stuff out, but I can't do it now.
I can't even hear it. It's crazy.
We're good.
I'm not listening to the stream though. I'm on the phone.
Well, you should still be able to hear it. Anyway, what's the next question, man?
Funny.
What do you say?
I said, funny Jim. Jim left a comment about his dog.
Oh.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
Pie Avy's here. Hey, Pie Avy.
Okay.
Bourbon barbecue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. Tess Cooks for You wants to know when you're going to have your T. Roy Cooks merchandise available.
I am in the final stages of developing the logo for the screen print company that's going to do it for me. So as soon as I approve that, and we do a little more tweaking before I approve it, but it's coming. It's coming soon. I know I keep saying everything's going to happen soon, and it may be 6 months down the line, but it's in the works. There you go. Hats, shirts, koozies, socks, whatever.
Real quick for Gordon Famer.
Yeah.
The answer is yes to Gordon Famer's comment.
How cool. Smoky Ribs. Russ, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Love you. Cheers to you.
So Russ just left a $10 super chat for Troy, which is a really cool way you guys can support Troy if you want to. That's really nice of him.
Yeah, it was. Appreciate it.
Okay, so this is cool. Gordon Farmer asks all three of us, would you like real English, I can't ever say it, Worcestershire sauce
Gordon sent me like 4 bottles of that stuff, and Gordon, I appreciate it, man.
That's why I was saying yes to him.
That stuff is actually, it's more, it has a lot more flavor than the U.S. version, in my opinion. I've still got 1 bottle left on my pantry shelf, and I'm holding on to it, man. But that is some good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah, get my address from Troy. CJ left
CJ.
a super chat.
Appreciate you, CJ. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Love your work, too, man. Keep up the good work.
Okay, so YouTube Pop Mofo wants to know what we're cooking tomorrow. I'm actually cooking my cousin. Did I say this already? My cousin's really into sous vide.
No, you told me about it, but
I did. That was before we started. Okay.
Yeah.
But my cousin's really into sous vide, so we're trying something new for us, at least. We're sous videing a brisket for 24 hours, and then we're gonna sear it off at the end and make brisket tacos. So that's our plan.
I'd be curious to see how that works out, man.
Me too. I'll let you know.
What kind of temp are y'all going for as far as final temp?
Well, I'm not as up on sous vide as he is. I think it's going at 155. The idea being because it has 24 hours to break everything down. That's all you need to do. And he's not done a brisket before, but he's done a chuck roast and kind of dialed in at that temperature and said that was the right temp to do it.
Man, I want to cook a chuck roast on my offset too, man. Oh, yeah. JP Barbecue. Thank you very much, brother. In fact, let me tell y'all this. JP, he was so sweet yesterday. Right when I was coming up to 100,000 subscribers, I may have been, 50 or 100 short. He shot a video, put it on YouTube, of him in a classroom environment. I guess he's a teacher.
Saw that.
Yeah, and he was getting all of his students to subscribe to help me out, push past 100,000. Then he put up a second video, getting me up past 100,000, like the 100,020 or something. So JP Barbecue, y'all go check him out. And folks, if I have a time, and I think I will, after this thing ends, maybe tomorrow morning, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look through all the comments of this video, and I'm going to put some links in the description box for all these channels that were commenting and helping out, and they've been supportive, since I was itty bitty T-Boy. So, man, y'all go check him out. It's good stuff. Y'all see him in the chat. Y'all look him up. subscribe to him if you're not. Thanks, JP.
Hey, Daddy Cooks. Phil.
Phil, cheers to you, bro. Hope you have a great Independence Day, man, wherever you are.
Hope he's back soon.
I do too, man. I miss his videos. I mean, he's putting up sporadically, but he's got some good stuff, man. Old Phil.
Y'all
Daddy
don't know
Cooks.
what we're talking about. Phil serves in parts unknown in a military context. So sometimes he has to leave his family and go over there, but he still makes really good videos even when he's over there.
It's a major sacrifice. Yeah, I'm surprised at what he can cook over there, man.
Yeah, on Dusty. Got this old grill he named Dusty.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. It's Dusty.
That's right. It's Dusty. That's good time.
Oh, I love that. Love that guy. Okay, let me see if I can find another question for us. Have you guys ever had? This is from the Dude 1234. Have you ever had a pork butt stall twice in one cook?
I actually have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. They don't happen every time, but it does. It's weird too. It's kind of like, I think it happened like 145, and I thought it got out of it like about 160, and then it hit it again about 175 for some reason. It's weird.
I'm going to say no.
I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, James
I'm going
said
to
no.
say no.
You never have. The hotter
No.
you cook, the less of a chance of that happening. It seems to power through. You know, if you're cooking at 225, it tends to happen more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
And
makes sense because I usually cook at 225.
Yeah. Okay. What's Troy's favorite? This is from Christy.
Hey, Christy.
What's Troy's favorite Steve Miller Band song?
Space Cowboy.
Everybody's, right?
There you go, man. Love you, Christy.
She's awesome.
I know she is. Great channel, too, man.
Here's an interesting question from Jeremy. Jeremy was in our live chat with on James' channel last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right, Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah. So he wants to know, why doesn't Malcolm Reed join the YouTube barbecue community? I guess that's a question you'd have to ask Malcolm.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure he's pretty busy with his barbecue competition stuff and everything else he's got going on, you know?
for sure.
He's a multifaceted guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. You know, a lot of people.
It is.
You know, I don't know if he's got a day job in addition to this, but you know, it takes time. It takes time to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, he did do the hot seat.
Yeah.
Which in my opinion was actually I was really surprised.
I was too.
That that he took time out of his schedule to do that. So.
Yeah. I've had a few quick exchanges with his wife over email. They're really nice. I just think he's busy, you know.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. More power to him. He's doing really well.
I know YouTube itself is a lot of work, folks. It really is. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that y'all don't see going on. And I'm sure he's above all that. You know, he does YouTube kind of get away from all his regular business stuff. It's the way, my impression of it anyway.
Right. He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a question from Pogo Nichols. Ask Troy if there's a story behind the trailer tree ornament. I've always wondered about that thing.
Chris, man. Not really a story. Karen really likes the older style trailers. In fact, we had an old Kinskill trailer. It was a 1964 model for a while, and used to go traveling in it and stuff. And she just, on one of our travels, saw this birdhouse and decided to get it and hang it in the tree. And it just happens to be right in my camera view. So there's no really a story behind it other than Karen likes those style of trailers, the older style, you know. Appreciate the question, though, Chris.
It's a very good question.
Yeah. Karen likes flamingos, too. I don't know if y'all can see. You probably can't. I got flamingos in the yard. Y'all seen them in my videos.
Okay, so from Roadhouse Ranch Barbecue. So who needs AC more right now? Troy or Justin or James? I'm sure he meant to say James. He didn't say him, but...
You mean Jason?
All of us.
Yeah. Actually, truthfully, I'm in my cousin's basement. It's actually kind of nice down here. So... I think I'm good. It's got to be one of you two still.
I've got a ceiling fan in the ceiling of my back porch right here, so I got a little air blowing on me. I'm not getting eaten up by mosquitoes or anything, so I'm actually comfortable right now. I'm all right. I'm good.
I actually put set up a fan in my kitchen to blow on me while I'm doing this, so I'm good right now myself.
You know, James, it's funny you say that because I've actually got a fan that I set up, a floor fan that has the oscillating thing, you know, and I set it up back off camera, but I thought it made too much noise that I shut it off.
Yeah.
You know, before the stream started. But I was ready, just in case. But the sun's set, so I'm good. I'm good. When I first started, I don't know if y'all caught it at the very beginning, but me and Justin made contact to get ready for this about 15 minutes before the start, and Justin was ready, and I said, "Give me 5 minutes. I got to hit the pool," and I did.
I think
I had to cool off.
Phil from Daddy Cooks needs a fan more than us right now.
Oh, no kidding, man. No kidding.
I'm sure he is.
God love you,
Oh,
Phil.
Christy just made a comment. She said, I thought only trolls lived in their cousin's basement. Honest to goodness, I almost said that earlier, but then I thought maybe that people wouldn't know what we were talking about. Man, when you're on YouTube, you get a lot of negative. I mean, like a percentage of every video, the comments are just really, really negative, and the best way to deal with that, honestly, is just to delete them. But they always come from anonymous channels, and they always come from people who aren't contributing to YouTube, and they always have a better idea about everything. And,
exactly.
Yeah. So, but that's funny because I almost said that, Christy. We have similar senses of humor.
Charlie Stackhouse Wardrobe is in the chat. He was asking for a shout out. So there you go, Charlie. How many videos you got up, Charlie? You know, I usually don't like to give shout outs unless you have some videos for people to go watch. I'm not sure if you have 5 or 50. You know, so let people know how many videos you got, and if you're interested, y'all go check out Charlie's channel, man. Appreciate you joining us, Charlie.
All right, T-Roy. What was your first video? This from JP Barbecue.
JP, man, you know, that's a long time ago. I want to say it was me grilling some chicken breasts on my DCS gas grill. And
I think you're right.
I didn't show my face at all for the first 2 videos, I think. And then I said, forget it, I'm showing my face, and decided just to, you know. But I was real skeptical how this was going to work out, because when I first started out doing videos, I didn't make them for public consumption. I wasn't doing it for the public. In fact, I'm partly am and partly not right now. My main thing was to make videos to put out there so my son, once he moved out of the house, could go back and cook the food that he grew up eating in my kitchen with me and his mom cooking. So that was my whole purpose for starting my channel. And then I started getting subscribers coming in, and more and more and more, and you know, it takes a while to build them up, but you know, they'll just keep doing it. Oh, hey, Karen.
Hi, honey.
Karen's in the house, y'all.
Yeah, I'm in the
Hi,
house.
Miss Karen.
She's in the AC. She's in the house.
Howdy, Miss Karen.
Everybody say hey, honey. She said hey. So that's why I started my channel anyway. I wasn't sure if a lot of y'all knew that, but that's why I started. And I was working in a security position at work. I didn't want people to know my face and put me together, and so I didn't show my face the first couple of videos, and then I was like, forget it, I'm doing it.
Super chat.
Oh, Cooking with Webby. Thank you, brother. Cheers to you. Appreciate that very much.
That's funny. I watched that chicken video not too long ago. It's interesting because it's rough around the edges, but you can also see where you could see moments where you're going to where you are today. Like, you were always really good at this, even in your early videos, even not on camera.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. And you know what? Speaking of watching some older videos, I watched one of your older videos. Not real old, though. It was the one when you and James were over here cooking that 3-rib wrapped in foil, wrapped in paper, and wrapped in air.
Yeah, wrapped in air. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that a little while ago. That was good.
That was a fun day.
I actually forgot we did that here.
Yeah, we were right there.
I totally forgot.
Wasn't that long ago, buddy.
I know, man. I got so much going on. I'm getting old, man. I can't remember stuff. Who are you again, Jason?
Yeah, I'm Jason. Thanks, James.
Hey, Jason or Justin or whatever we're going by today. Just,
yes.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
you're not alone. You're no longer alone. Kenneth.
It's Kevin.
Kenneth is currently known as Kevin.
Yep.
Kenneth is Kevin. I love it.
Kenneth is Kevin. Yep,
Kenneth
there you
didn't
go.
tell me that.
What's new barbecue?
Is Kenneth
Apparently,
on this chat? He didn't
Y'all
tell
gonna
me
tell
that.
Kevin hello? What's new barbecue?
apparently Sunday I was calling Kevin instead of Kenneth.
Oh, good. At least it's an equal opportunity name forgetting.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
Speaking of, if y'all didn't know, Brother James, Aimum Claim of Smokers, he does his live chats Sunday nights. Y'all go check him out. And James, is there a certain time you do it, like 7 p.m. or something Central?
7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So Justin, you're the only one left, man. You got to do live, man.
I know. I'm going to practice on your channel.
Well, come on.
Because you don't have near as many subscribers as people.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Keeping my fingers crossed, man. I'm working
Too
on
funny.
it. Working on it.
Yeah.
I don't watch the numbers, guys. Honestly, I do not. Justin gets frustrated because I don't.
Well, I think I'm more excited about it than you are. I'll be honest with you.
I just have fun. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy interacting, you know?
Yeah.
And I wish my
I do
iPad
too.
was just a little bit bigger so I could read all the chat.
Yeah. So, let me see here. Okay, Sid79. Will we ever see the three of you together in a competition cook-off? That'd be fun.
Not a state or national competition, but maybe competition here in the backyard, yeah.
Or one of those contests James goes to that he doesn't care if we mess him up.
Yeah.
Those don't exist.
Oh, James, I can teach you how to make some nice fajitas, man.
I could use some help with that.
I got you, brother. I got you. You show me how to do ribs? I got you fajita, man.
Even switch.
All right, there you go. Y'all heard it.
Sean told you, thanks for getting me started on YouTube. I appreciate all of your tips. I need to make a video soon. Yes, you do, Sean.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Definitely need to.
Yeah. One of my favorite early videos of yours was when you went over to Sean's house and took him to that old country Pecos.
Yeah, moonshine, yeah.
Yeah, I probably watched that video like 5 times.
Did you really?
I really did.
Is that where you got the Bayou Classic thing you got?
You know, it could probably be linked back to that.
Yeah.
Because that's why I looked at the Pecos hard. Like, I probably went to the Academy 5 times looking for one that was welded together straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that probably had a lot to do with it. I just thought you guys were cool, you know, 2 brothers barbecuing together. And,
oh yeah, man, we had a blast growing up. But just,
yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am today without Sean. You know, Moonshine's Roadhouse, my brother.
Yeah.
And my sister too, Becky. She's got a channel out there as well.
Yeah, and he's not just saying that, Sean. He's told me that off camera before.
Yep. And in fact, Sean started his channel, Moonshine's Roadhouse, like 6 months after I started mine. But I kept with it every week putting videos up, and Sean got busy working, couldn't do that. So, and it just goes to show you got to have dedication when you're doing this. If you want to be successful at it, keep it going. Got to do what you can. But man, I wouldn't be who I am without Sean. So love you, brother. Cheers to you. Miss you, man.
Yeah, Mr. Sean.
I don't think I've ever met you, but I miss you too.
Yeah, Sean needs to come out here to Austin, man. He's never been out here at my house that I'm currently in anyway.
Yeah, he needs to come out there.
I know.
I'd
Of
love to
course,
meet
if
him.
I go see him, I know I'm going to eat good too because he's in New Orleans.
That's right. Plus, you guys don't know this, but Troy and Sean are musicians. They can sing. Sean plays guitar. I've seen the video.
Yeah.
I saw the video too.
Yeah. Booger and
Yeah.
Keith Bedtag, yeah, they were all there. Tango Joe.
Your dad was a musician, is that right?
Yeah, my dad played keyboards and all kind of guitars and stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Pretty cool.
Hey, when Brother Phil gets back from parts unknown, we need to make a trip up there
No kidding,
to go
man.
cooking with him.
No kidding. I'd love to.
That's North Carolina, right?
I'm not exactly sure where he's at.
Yeah.
Pretty
but
sure
yeah,
it's North
he lives
Carolina.
at it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not too far from Raleigh or Charlotte. I can't remember which one.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I want to meet him. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Okay, Moose Down Under. When are you boys going to bring this show on the road and come see us down under?
Brother Moose. Brother Moose,
We're
cheers,
back.
man.
We're back to drugging James. That's a long flight.
James ain't gonna make that flight. I don't know if I'll make that flight. They don't make seats in enough leg room big enough for me, I don't think.
Yeah, that's a little too far for me.
Yeah. I would
I'll
love.
send a cutout, a cardboard cutout of myself.
Yeah, we'd do that. Yeah. I would actually love to visit Australia and all that area. You know, go
I would
check out
too if
some
it wasn't so far.
Tasmanian devils and stuff. You know, but no, that's a long way, man. Why don't you come out here instead? Come on, Moose.
My wife wants to go there sometime before she dies. Like, that's her dream.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be out there one way or another.
Good luck, man. Good luck.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Take a video.
Well, you know it. All right, Troy, what are your top 3 rubs?
Top 3 rubs. You know, that's a tricky question because it depends on what I'm cooking. If I just looked in my pantry right now, I'd say it's going to be something from Heavenly Products, something from Oak Ridge Barbecue, and something from Texas Barbecue Rubs. That might be my top 3 right now. I mean, but I'm always interchanging stuff, mixing stuff, and like I mentioned earlier, Cosmos Q's got some good stuff. That's Lucy. Yeah, there's a lot of good commercial rubs out there, man. Just find one that you like. It's like James goes to these competitions and does competition cooks. He may get a judge that loves his stuff. He may get another judge that hates his stuff, and it's the same thing. You know, so it depends on your own taste as to what you like. What I like, you may not like. You may love what I love. You know?
Yeah, if anybody hates James' stuff, they need to get out of the competition judging.
I think so too. I think so too.
Because they are insane.
Insane is the right way to put it. Good stuff. Good stuff, Brother James.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Thank you.
If you see her in a cast iron, this is Sid 79. If you see her in a cast iron skillet, can you go to the grill with it for flavor afterwards? I don't know why not.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Jamie Douglas, how many grills do each of you own, and who has the most?
Justin has the most.
Justin has the most.
The most. Yeah, I'm insane.
Yeah.
Speaking of insanity.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I only have about 8.
I think I've got 8 as well.
Only have 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got like 18. So, yeah. I have a video on that. Shameless plug. I have a video on that if you guys want to go see it.
Justin and James.
Yes, sir.
I sold my Kamado Joe this week.
No way.
Congratulations.
I did. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I've got a new offset coming, folks, and y'all be seeing it here probably within the next month or so. But got a new offset coming, and I had to make room. She wants me to have some uncluttered space, so I had to get rid of one, and Kamado Joe was the one I decided to get rid of.
That sucker was heavy for sure.
No kidding. I appreciate you helping me with that, James.
Anytime.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Phil confirmed he's in North Carolina.
Good deal.
Yeah. Okay, so Jordan Black asked us a while back. He said, cooking a pork butt on the Weber Smoky Mountain tomorrow, should I cook it on the bottom or the top rack?
Top.
Yeah, top, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I only use the bottom rack whenever I need the space.
Yeah.
And
99% of the time I'm using top rack.
Yeah.
I would go, personally, I would go top rack, fat cap up.
Fat cap up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've actually done that, but You know, and it actually works out pretty good that way too, because if you're pulling the pork and you have the fat cap up, that means you may get some sear marks on the skin, on the part that's touching the grill grate. And I've done that. It looks pretty when you pull it apart. I think for pork butt, though, it's so marbled, so much fattiness, good juiciness up in there. I usually do fat cap down, even though it's on the way up a Smoky Mountain. But it'll work out either way.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's some truth to that. I mean, you could definitely go, either way with that. I just like the bark that the fat cap gets when it's fat cap up.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, you're right.
But you can definitely go either way, and it'd be fine because the pork butt does have so much fat in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guessing going on about which offset you're getting. Do you want to reveal that now, or you want to just wait?
No, we're gonna wait on it.
Okay. I figured you would, but I wanted to let you know.
Let's just say the order has been put in, so it's not a cheap one.
Okay, speaking of water, this is from Thomas Brown, does Harry Soo use water in his water pans? Did you at Justin's house?
No.
Yeah, we didn't use any water.
No.
We didn't use the water pans. Yeah, this was hot and fat.
He did put the water pan in after we wrapped them in foil, but it was just like a heat sink barrier to keep the heat away from the bottom of the brisket, wasn't it?
I don't remember. There's so much stuff that happened.
Well, it's like when we did 400 degrees, the first 2-3 hours, no water pan. Just it was like a straight up UDS.
Yeah.
We put the water pan in when we foiled them, and that helped somehow lower the temp and also keep the heat from burning the bottom of the brisket or something like that, if I remember right.
Yeah, there was no water in the pan though because
No, there wasn't anything in the water pan.
Yeah, it was sitting on my patio and there was no water in it.
Right.
My dog very much enjoyed that greasy water pan without water in it because there's a lot of grease in it. Okay. Still a lot of
It is hot out here, guys. Time to rehydrate.
Warren Naylor wants to know, am I going to buy a stick burner? I have a stick burner. I've got one. I've got 2 videos on it. If you want to go check it out, I've got the Bayou Classic. I got it at Costco. It's a good little cooker, especially for the price.
Yeah.
What's the most difficult cook you've ever cooked, guys?
No,
that's from James Morrison.
What be saying, James?
I said, I know that Gatorade.
Oh yeah, man, that's good stuff. Cheers. I do rehydrate.
That's funny.
Most difficult cook you've ever done, James?
The most
Appreciate the
difficult
question,
cook,
James.
The most difficult cook I've ever done?
I think that's what the question was.
Yes, that's it. I'm sorry. Yes, that's it.
Oh, man.
That's a hard one, right?
It is.
I'll start, and then you guys think about it. When I started cooking pizza, I found that to be like really, really challenging. You can make good pizza pretty easily, but to get it kind of perfect, and by perfect, it's never perfect, but to like really get it even and top to bottom, left, right, and all that, it just took a lot more babysitting than I expected, and you can kind of get obsessive with it. So as funny as it sounds, because you can actually cook pizza pretty easily, getting pizza like how I wanted it was kind of hard to do. It took lots and lots of practice.
Are you going, James? I got one if you need more time.
I'll go.
All right.
It'll probably be a pork shoulder it was actually part of a pork shoulder. I thought it was a pork butt. I was doing a cook where I was cooking a bunch of pork butts, and I ended up grabbing, or they happened to put out a pork shoulder, part of a pork shoulder, and not realizing what it was. I grabbed it and I cooked it, and it was like completely dried out. It was just nowhere near what I thought it would be, and I was really disappointed in it. And like trying to quote unquote fix it and trying to make it, moist again, and it was a disaster. And the sad thing is that was for a customer, and and I thought it was a pork butt. Like I said, I bought a whole bunch of them, like at one time, and they just happened, first time ever, that they just happened to put a pork shoulder in there, part of a pork shoulder, which had a lot less fat in it. I cooked it just like a pork butt, and it was bad. It wasn't.
The same as a picnic ham, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember a similar situation. I did when I first started cooking briskets, I was just getting used to it, and like a bunch of you, I didn't want to go spend the money on a nice quality cut of meat. So I started out buying select. And man, I just ran myself crazy trying to figure out why that thing wasn't cooking right, why it was not tender, and why it wasn't ready at 200 or 205 or whatever. It was just still probing really tough. It actually probed tender like about 224, I think it was, internal. It's the grade of the meat, man. Honestly, it drove me crazy. From that point on, I was like, I'm getting some Angus, I'm getting some prime or Wagyu. The quality of the meat really, really does matter. And the other thing that I was going to mention is I actually got a rib cap from Lobel's one time. It's a rib cap, and like if you're familiar with a ribeye steak, you have the eye in the middle and the rib cap part around the outer edge. That's really succulent and tender, a lot more juicy and flavorful than the eye. Well, they take a whole rack, a rib roast rack, like a prime rib rack, and slice off that rib cap and sell that as a rib cap slice of steak or whatever. I got that thing in, and it's pricey, dude. It's really, really pricey, and I did not want to mess it up on video, and I was just like really trying to pay attention to how that thing was doing as I was cooking it, because I think it was like a hot and fast cook, like on the grill or something, DCS gas grill or my Weber, I can't remember, but anyway, I didn't want to mess that up. Really pricey. I mean, like $250 or $300 worth of just slab like flank steak looking stuff. Really, really good. Turned out excellent. It was really good.
Good.
That's all I got.
So that cousin I was talking about, he does sous vide.
Yeah.
We prepped that brisket, and he had an idea, and he took all the extra fat off of the brisket and rendered it down, and used it to make homemade French fries.
Awesome.
And that's what he just came by and dropped them off. That's what I'm chewing on. He gave me this note that says there's 3 categories: salt, garlic, pepper, and salt, and Tony seasoning. And I tell you, these are awesome. I can't believe I never thought to do that before.
I know, it's like beef tallow stuff, man. It's
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah, really, really good. I just throw the brisket fat away.
Yeah.
I may start repurposing that.
I saw something from what was it, Smoky Joe's, I think. Can't remember what it was earlier.
You want to go back and find it?
I'm sorry.
Well, I can go back and find it.
No,
if you want me to.
That's I think it was. Yeah, I really can't remember what he said, but
I want you guys to follow him. I know he said that earlier.
Oh, okay, all right, maybe that's what it was.
He's actually somebody that I'm supposed to be going up to Lubbock at the end of August to cook at a big old cook-off that Texas Tech puts on.
Okay.
And he's from the El Paso area,
cool.
And he's part of the team that I'm cooking with.
Nice. All right.
Oh, cool.
Smoking Joe's Barbecue, I guess.
Yeah, and if you saw my previous video of my trip to El Paso, the company that brought me out there is Christopher Webb, the guy in the video. Joe and I will be teaming up for that cook-off in Lubbock. So
awesome.
They're good people.
So Lyle, No Hippie Barbecue, said he doesn't use butcher paper, I think is what he said. He's had some on his countertop for a while. He never uses it. Is that right, Lyle?
That's funny. Lyle probably got it for free. He's big on free.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah.
He's a smooth talker, man.
Well, he's in sales. JP Barbecue asks, how far do you let the temps drop before you start adding coals in your Weber if you want to maintain a certain temp?
I'm guessing the Weber kettle.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's. Let's go with Weber Smoky Mountain since that's what we've been talking about.
If they start getting below 220, then I'll start adding some charcoal, and I don't add a bunch, maybe a handful. You know, they burn slowly.
Yeah.
So literally a handful. I'll open the door, throw them in. You know, make sure I throw them in where there's some lit coals.
Right. I don't think I ever let it go to the point where it drops in temp. I'll check it at 5 hours or so, just because it needs to be. You know, I feel like it never hurts to stir it.
Yeah.
And so if it needs it, I'll throw some more in at that point.
I usually don't, and honestly, man, it's so hot here in Texas in the summertime. I don't usually ever have to add charcoal, even if I'm cooking brisket or something. I mean, my Weber Smoky Mountain, I've got it set up, and it'll do 15 hours on a full load. And now that I've got the new charcoal basket thing from Arbor Fabricating, dude, 34 plus hours. I actually went to bed. It was still going a little bit, but I went to bed at 34 hours, and I was like, that thing's awesome.
Yeah,
You know?
it is. In what order did? Oh, okay. Brian is asking about. I guess he's asking about my video last week, and we had a rib contest in the middle of it, and he wanted to know who won, and then he wanted to know if any of us have met Myron Mixon.
Now hang on. Before you answer that, James has a video coming out, and probably Kenneth, and probably you, and probably me. We're not telling who won that competition yet. You'll have to stay tuned.
Okay.
My video will go live at 12:30 in the morning, just after midnight tonight or tomorrow.
There you go.
Okay, good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's because you've been on the road traveling, Justin.
I guess so. That must be it. I've met Myron. The second part of the question is, anybody met Myron? I met Myron, and he was great. Like, he was absolutely great. Very, like, down to earth. He you know, everybody asks if he's a jerk. Not at all. Like, he's still an alpha male. You know, he's still kind of cocky, but he's a great storyteller. He was really responsive. Like, I took his cooking class. It was real important for everyone to get all the information, and he made himself available to follow up with notes. And I think the character on the show is kind of a creative. Yeah, it's a character. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good. Yeah.
And you still can't cook ribs like James.
No, he's not, and I can verify that. But don't ever tell Myron that.
Yeah. No.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like,
Thanks to the
mail. James's ribs are better.
My wife agrees too, by the way.
Yeah.
Next in the mail.
I've never met Myron. I got some friends who worked with him, and you know, Justin been in his class, I guess, but no, I've never met him. Seemed like a nice guy though, from what I hear.
Christy's like, Myron is from Georgia. Yes, he is.
Yep.
Unadilla.
Yep. And Christy's from Georgia too.
She is.
Yep.
Appreciate that, Ray Mack.
What'd he say? Oh yeah.
He
sure
just
is.
commented on my ribs.
Yeah, I saw that. He's right.
Pickles, where you at, Pickles?
This is an older comment. Torgy's Traveling Barbecue wants to know what we're drinking. I'm drinking Gatorade.
Gatorade.
I'll let you guys guess.
Tito's.
Tito's.
I was drinking some Badger beer earlier. It's kind of getting hot though. I mean, it's got a nice little breeze going, but it's kind of getting hot.
What is better? This is Jason Roberts. What's better for extremely cold weather, bricks or lump?
I would say
we're in Texas. I don't know.
You know, extremely cold. I'd say
cold
lump.
Weather.
I'd say lump.
Yeah, he said bricks. I think he means briquettes, but yeah, I think it's just a matter of whatever. Like, if you have a Kamado, you're probably going to do better with lump. If you've got a Weber kettle or a Weber Smoky Mountain, or you'll probably do better with briquettes.
You know what? Honestly, Justin, you talk about that though. I mean, it's going to be 100 plus degrees here for the 4th of July in Austin tomorrow, and I want to do that hot and fast brisket cook like we saw Harry Soo, but I'm not going to hook up a barbecue guru or anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some lump charcoal in there, some B&B brand lump charcoal, to get it hot enough to go for a couple of hours and get that bark set, and then I'll be fine throwing some Kings for Blue in there.
There you go.
So I'm going to experiment. If it turns out okay, then I'll do a video on it for you guys. Experimenting's fun. I love experimenting, man.
I do too. What are your thoughts on... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I just want to see, I saw Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin in the comments earlier in the chat. Are you still here, Fred? If you are, I got a video coming up for you, man. I saw one of your old videos, Fred. Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin's got a channel, folks. Y'all go check him out. Love you, enjoy. But Fred had a video out a while back where he did something on a cooker, on a smoker that I've never seen. It's some all-aluminum lightweight cooker from Oregon called the Big Chief. And they have a little Chief. After watching that video, I hopped on Amazon and was like, ooh, it's less than $100. I'm going to go get me one. So I got one, and I made some jerky on it a couple days ago. Fred, excellent, man. If that video turns out, I'll be putting it up as well. I love me some Big Chief smoker, man. Good stuff. Appreciate you making that video and pointing me in that right direction for a nice little electric smoker.
Cool. So JJ wants to know, what do you do with your leftover ashes?
I put them in an aluminum bucket, and then I just dump them out after they cooled off for a week or so. I'll dump them out in the garden or on some rock or something, or out back, you know, in the grass.
Spray them into the yard.
Mm-hmm.
I do that with my pellet ashes, and when I'm using lump, the charcoal, the briquettes that go, and that ends up in a garbage bag. Ultimately, after it cools off.
Hey, Chiro, would you ever use a pellet grill?
Would I ever do a pellet grill?
Yeah, that question keeps popping up.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having. I know Karen would love for me to have a pellet grill, but you know, I don't want one that's just going to be all right. I want a good one. I've actually turned down pellet grills. People, you know, these companies start offering you stuff, and I'm tired of turning people down. But I'll keep turning them down until I get the right one, or I'll just go out and buy what I want, which is probably going to happen.
Flex Tango wants to know if we would ever do a whole hog. He says Karen won't let you do it at your house, but we could do it at my house or something, which is true. We could. The thing about the whole hog is, and I may or may, more French fries.
I dig it.
I figured you'd eat them all, man.
Well, you know.
We need to get one of those Chinga things or whatever you call it, like Tango Joe used.
Mm-hmm.
It's an aluminum box thing. You put the thing in and light coals under it or something.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it.
Yeah, right. You can make something pretty cheap out of cinder blocks too.
But Flex wants to do it in the ground. He said he's got a back. If I remember right, Flex, you have a backhoe and you ready to dig a hole. We just need to get some hog, a whole hog.
Yeah. One of my takeaways from Myron's class that for some reason I remember is he said you have to have a 48-inch cooker before you can fit a hog that is worth the trouble of cooking. Because if the hog is much smaller than about, I can't remember if he said 80 pounds or 100 with the head and then 80 with it off, whatever. The ribs are so small, they're like pencils. And so you have to kind of cook it. I mean, you can obviously cook a smaller one, but if you're going to go to all that trouble, his point was go ahead and get a bigger one up to a certain size. And in order to fit one that's worth cooking, it's got to be 48 inches, and the cooker does. So
La Cachina. Keith Betak said La Cachina. Thanks, Keith. I'm listening.
Oh, that's it. I wrapped up. That's all I got.
Okay, all right. I think we're probably about to wrap it up here too. I've been going an hour and a half, man. And I know Justin's he's on vacation. I don't want to keep him very long. So if y'all got any last minute questions that we may have missed, go ahead and hit us in the comments in the chat.
Troy, somebody's offering you a free pellet for free.
A free pellet for free.
Tom Horseman.
The smoker for free.
Get in line. I don't know, man. Who's is
Somebody
it
out there commenting.
I'm pretty sure Tom has. I mean, Tom's a YouTuber. He's got these things in stock
Oh.
himself. Like he rivals me as far as
I was gonna
the
say he's
number of
like you.
cooking. Yeah, Yeah, he's got the same disease I have, so he's probably going to send you one of his. Which one were you talking about, Tom? Be interesting to see what he wants to give you.
You know, honestly, I'm getting that offset right now. I don't have room again.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I actually mentioned earlier I started this channel to help my son learn how to cook stuff we eat here at the house when he's growing up. So I'm going to give him my Yoder Wichita. I just got to figure out how to get it to him. But I'm going to get him my Yoder Wichita, and that'll free up some room. So maybe at that point I can get a pellet. There you go.
Well, he just offered you. He just offered you his Camp Chef, which is a pretty good one. That's the one. That's the one Lyle cooks on too.
La Cachichina sold it. Works great, but just needed for one video. Oh, I hear you. I hear you, Russ. Thumbs up, comments. Oh yeah, thumbs up, everybody. Give me some thumbs up if y'all like this. I keep forgetting to tell people that.
I should go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
There we go. We still got 152 people watching.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it really
Pretty good.
This is great.
Especially since there's another barbecue show on right now that a lot of people watch.
Never heard of it.
I hadn't either, man. It's some kind of podcast thing. I don't really know anything about it. But we'll see how it goes.
For sure.
Yep, I'm just looking through here real quick. Mike Richardson, thumbs up, brother. Appreciate it, brother. Cooking with James. You can't do the thumbs up. Come on, man. Gadget Griller, where you at, man? You seeing 161 there, Russ? I think Troy is going to pick up a Jambo.
There's a lot of guesses on which I'll say you're getting. A lot of guesses.
Hey, cheers to you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. It was great hanging out with you over at Justin's, man, for that live chat. Rusty's Barbecue. Let's see.
We'll definitely have the Scotch, Phil.
Bill Miller Barbecue. You know, I like their green beans. Talking about sides. I know James was being asked, and a bunch of y'all asked me too to do some side dishes instead of just regular barbecue.
You know, with Bill Miller, I actually stop by there almost every day for their breakfast tacos. I did stop by about 2 weeks ago for lunch, and I had their brisket. Yeah, I'll stay away from that next time.
Yeah, I'm not much into their barbecue, but their green beans I like.
Yeah, their sides and all their other stuff was great.
Yeah.
Sausage was good.
Yeah, the problem is when you jump straight to the sides, and that's the high point.
Yeah.
That's not good.
All right, folks, I think I'm going to call it here. I got 2 more minutes. We'll be at 1 hour and a half. I'm going to figure out a way so that I can get the chat section closer, but still out of camera view so I can read it, so I can keep up with everything. And Justin, I appreciate you keeping up with the chat today. All the moderators, thanks for deleting if you had to and blocking people if you had to. I appreciate that very much.
It happened.
Yeah, and I can't thank each of you enough, again, for helping me get over 100,000 subs. Truly, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a safe 4th of July, Independence Day. Don't forget to thank all your the EMS, military guys out there showing some love, our veterans, police, you know, everybody else out there. And, you know, go hug your neighbor, man. Cook them some barbecue. Give them a plate or two for their family. Spread the love. And Brother James, I appreciate you joining us on here tonight, too. Y'all go check them out, Aim and Claim 'em Smokers. Again, Sunday nights, live chats. Justin, Baby Back Maniac, thanks again. We're gonna get Justin doing some live feeds, too, now that I'm doing it. I think we can talk him into doing it here soon, too.
Thanks for having me, brother.
No, I appreciate it. I couldn't do this without all of you guys, man. Justin, James, even Russ, Christy, all of the people out there in YouTube land. And all my fans out there that don't have channels, they just follow me. Hopefully, I can talk Justin into making some road trips and we can go visit some of y'all. Y'all cook us some food and we can hang out. Just chill out. Don't even have to shoot a video. Just hang out. Be nice.
Absolutely.
So we'll get this live thing going. We'll get some rhythm going. We'll make it easy. I remember my first Thursday chat was kind of rough. We're going to get better at it. Appreciate y'all watching, and we'll try to do this every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. Till then, hope y'all give me some thumbs up. Hope you like the video. Share it with all your friends, and please tell all your friends out there, T-Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.
Later.
Now I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. I'm kidding.
Just pull the plug. Just pull the
I
plug.
got to figure it out. Hang on. Watch this. Watch this. I can do this. I got this. I got this. Okay, now
You
we
can
good?
dance and
Right.
sing or something.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.